In safety, the fish school swam in the huge pond. The fish child, named Majib, asks his mother, "What is beyond our home?" She answers, "I don't really know. I've never frequented outside our peaceful waters, but I do know it is very dangerous, and those that have gone have never returned." "Mother, are you afraid of what is out there?" Before her gills can draw in air through the water, she blurts, "No, of course not. I just have no desire to travel beyond the limits of the lake." Majib senses she is lying and says, "I'm afraid, but I want to explore the world." "You can't go because you are too young. You must finish school before you can even think about leaving." "Okay, Mommy, I will wait until I'm big and strong, and then I will go." Anyhow, Majib, you couldn't leave even if you wanted to. Only when it rains long enough will the pond swell large enough to meet the river. Majib forgets about traveling away from the safety of the fish school until one day he wakes up from a dream screaming, "Oh my God, don't eat me, don't eat me." Majib saw himself swimming in waters that had no boundaries, and then a huge white whale opened up its mouth to swallow him whole. Distressed by his dream, Majib swishes himself to the home of the wise old turtle to ask him the meaning of the scary vision. He recognized the unusual pattern of the tortoise's shell and nudged the old creature awake. "Turtle, you must help me understand my scary dream." "I will try, Majib. Tell me your dream." "Well, I was in the waters with no boundaries, and a whale ate me," says Majib. "Oh my," the turtle replies. "What do you think it means, Majib?" "I don't know. That is why I came to see you." "None of the other fishes ever dream. I was hoping you can tell me." The turtle speaks. "It is a very important dream. Were you frightened?" he asked. Majib answers, "I woke up shouting. I was afraid I was going to die." "Do not be afraid, Majib. You will not be killed. The dream is symbolic of a big change you are called upon to make." "What change?" Majib asks the turtle. "Majib, you have the choice to remain just like all the other fishes in the pond, or you can take the journey to find God." "What is God?" he asks the turtle. "God is love." Majib asks, "Where do I find it?" "God is everywhere," the turtle replies. "Is he in the water with no boundaries?" Majib asks. "What is God?" he asks the turtle. "God is love." Majib asks, "Where do I find it?" "God is everywhere," the turtle replies. "Is he in the water with no boundaries?" Majib asks. "Yes, Majib," the turtle answers. "Would you like to go there? I can show you the way." "Yes, turtle. Can we go now?" The turtle paddles towards a secret tunnel to the river. Majib is glad that he does not have to wait for the lake to swell. 1. Aries the ram. Through the underground cave, Majib sees the sun's light streaming through the water. So happy he made it through, he jumps above the water's surface. He sees a strange-looking creature on land drinking the water, and he asks the four-legged being with two spiraling horns sticking out from his head, "Are you God?" "Like you, I'm one of God's creatures. I'm Aries, the ram of God." "Aries, how is it that you can survive outside the water?" Majib asks. I am a mammal and I breathe the air with lungs, answers the ram. What are those things coming out of your head? Asks Majib. They are horns, and I use them for protecting myself. They also signify the enormous intelligence God has given me, answers Aries. Ram of God, do I have this thing called intelligence? Majib, all creatures have intelligence. However, it is up to each creature how they will use it, or if they will use it at all. How do you know if you are using it or not? Majib asks. The Ram of God answers, when you think about who or what God is, or asking questions about God and his creatures like you are doing with me, shows tremendous intelligence. So we are very much alike, even though you live on land and I live in the water. Yes, Majib, our bodies are different, but energy guiding us is the same. What energy is that? Majib asks. God is energy. Do you know where God is? Asks Majib. The ram answers, I have heard he lives in the great water far away. I will give you some of special energy from Mars to give you the strength to get you there. The ram bends his head towards Majib, and out of his horns he shines a red light into the fish. Majib says, I feel powerful. His body emits a red aura to display his strength. Now you are ready. It is in your power to find God. You must remember never to give up hope. I promise I won't, replies Majib. 2. Taurus the bull. Majib swims effortlessly with the river for many miles. He takes a break to eat the bugs on the water's surface, and he sees a great big animal with horns staring at him. Afraid he will be eaten, Majib darts away from the massive body. The gigantic being says, Majib, I will not eat you. I am just quenching my thirst with this delicious water. Are you God? Majib asks. I am Taurus the bull of God. Majib asks the bull, do you know? He answers, I have heard he is the ocean itself, and it is a great distance from here. Majib asks, if I continue to follow the river, will it take me there? Taurus answers, I suppose so, but I have never been further than this grazing pasture, so I can't say for sure. I wish I can go with you, but I can't bear to be apart from the beauty of this land. However, I will give you a gift from the planet Venus that will make it easier for you to find God. The bull, like the ram, bends down and shines a bright orange light from his horns into the fish. Absorbing the bull's energy, Majib exclaims, wow, the world is such a beautiful place. Taurus says, your appreciation of nature indicates you have received my gift. Without the ability to see beauty in all things, you would never be able to recognize God. The orange light emitting from your aura proves you see the beauty within yourself. With this power, you are ready to continue your journey to find God. Thank you, Taurus, for this wonderful gift, Majib says as he swims away. 3. Gemini, the twins. Awestruck by the beauty of nature, Majib does not pay attention to the danger right in front of him. He is caught in a net with lots of other fish. The other fish accept their doom, but not Majib. He cries out, help me! Let me out of here! I must get out so I can find God. The two fishermen hear his call. They ask, who is speaking to us? It is me, Majib. I am caught in these threads of silver. The fisherman can distinguish Majib from the rest of the fish because he's the only one transmitting the silver light. They pull him out of the net and say, "You are a very special fish. We will let you free to find God." "Thank you," says Majib, relieved of his imprisonment. He asks, "Are you God?" They reply, "We are the brothers Gemini, the fishermen of God. God is still a long distance away." "Why don't you let the other fish free also?" Majib asks. The twin fishermen answer, "They are not ready. They have to ask for their freedom like you did. They have become dumb. They can't even speak, let alone ask for help from a higher power." "That is so sad," says Majib. He asks, "Why can't they speak?" "Because when they were little fish, no one listened. It didn't matter what they said to make the other fish stop hurting them, so they just gave up speaking altogether." Majib asks, "How can they remember the words to set themselves free?" The twins answer, "They must feel the pain of captivity as intensely as you have." Majib says, "I don't understand why they don't feel the pain." The twins reply, "They have become numb from all the terrible dangers they have met in their lives." "Is there anything I can do to help them?" Majib asks. "Perhaps when you find God, you can learn how to open up the lines of communication," reply the twin fishermen. "I must then go, and not just for myself, but so I can help my fellow fish," declares Majib. The brothers reply, "The silver of Mercury shines from your body. It means you understand the power of communication. You are ready to continue on your sacred journey. Let the moonlight guide you to your next adventure." Cancer the Crab. A small voice from within Majib tells him to swim to the bottom of the riverbed. There the creatures emit their own light, like stars in the sky. Majib sees an opening in the rocky wall. He sticks his nose in to investigate, and a giant crab tweaks his nose with its pincer. Majib shouts out, "Ouch! You're hurting me." "The cantankerous crab lets go," she says. "That will teach you not to stick your nose in where it doesn't belong." "I was only trying to find God," said Majib. "Apology accepted. I didn't mean to hurt you, but a mother has to protect herself and her children," says the crab. "Are you God?" Majib asks. "No, Majib. I am Cancer the Crab." "Do you know where I can find God?" he asks. She answers, "God is as big as the ocean. All you have to do is look for signs and messages. Finding your way down here, you listened to God's message." Majib inquires, "You mean that voice telling me I should swim to the bottom of the river is really a message from God?" "Yes, Majib," Cancer answers. "Your silver scales glowing with moonlight indicate you have used the power of intuition." "Then why does it hurt to listen to God?" Majib asks. "Sometimes when we do things that are not considered rational, other creatures become jealous." Majib asks, "Why are they jealous?" She answers, "Because you are not afraid to listen to God," the mother crab explains. Majib says with disappointment, "I didn't realize how treacherous this journey really is." The crab reassures him, "It really isn't so bad. You just have to remain true to yourself regardless of what anyone else says." "Cancer, you're not so mean after all," states Majib. "Yes, I know, but you have to get to know me before you can figure that out. For taking the time to understand me and for putting up with my moodiness, I will show you a shortcut to your destination. But first enjoy the madness of the full moon celebration." Through the rock formation, Cancer leads Majib to a water wonderland. Majib plays with creatures of all kinds, enjoying the feast, the music, and the rides. Throughout the night, the partygoers sing and dance. So full of joy they are, the celebrators are constantly bursting out with the wacky. As the sun comes up, the crab shows Majib a secret passageway to the branch of the river flowing directly to the ocean. Leo the Lion. From the sunlit river, Majib feels the trembling of the ground. Jumping out of the water to investigate, Majib observes a lion roaring at the bank of the river. He can't help but think, with that loud, powerful sound the creature makes, he must be God. The creature heard Majib's thought and says, I am Leo, the Lion of God. I have been calling you because I have a very powerful gift I want you to have. What is it? Asks Majib. The lion answers, it is the sun of personal power, and it is inside my stomach. Majib asks, how can I get it from you? You must let me swallow you so that you can swallow the power. The lion. Majib cries out in fear, I am afraid you will devour me. I promise you that once you have consumed the little sun, I will let you free, the lion reassures him. How do I know I can trust you? Asks Majib. Leo replies, you don't know for sure, but I can see from the pearly light of your scales you have the power of intuition. Ask your little voice whether it can trust me or not. Majib does and replies, it says I can trust you, but I am still afraid. The Lion of God says, that is to be expected. He asks, do you have the courage to listen to your little voice even though you are frightened? I'm not sure. Can you tell me what will happen to me if I don't take the risk? Majib inquires. You will always live in fear of other creatures devouring you, Leo warns. I don't want to live like that, replies Majib. Very well. I will open my mouth and you will jump in, swallow the sun and jump out. Ready, set, go. Majib's courage is stronger than his fear, propels him from the safety of the water into the lion's mouth. Feeling the heat and seeing the light of the sun, Majib swims into the lion's stomach. Sensing his life will change forever, he hesitates before swallowing the lion's gift. He leaps out of the animal's body and roars with the power of the lion now inside him. Well done, Majib, Leo compliments. How do you feel? He asks. Majib roars, I feel great. Your scales have been scorched, and the yellow light of the sun has been added to your aura. You must go, and I can finally go to sleep, informs the lion. Virgo, the mermaid. Majib swam a great distance and came upon a beautiful underwater flower garden. He decided to take a nap inside one of the giant blossoms. When he awoke, a lovely maiden with a fishtail greeted him. Good afternoon, Majib, she says cheerfully. Good day, he replies and inquires, are you God? She answers, I am called Virgo. I am the daughter of God, and I make things grow. I have prepared a special meal for you from my garden. It tastes delicious. May I have some more? He asks. Happy to serve her bounty, the mermaid tells Majib, "There are many hungry creatures I need to feed, but I need your help." "What can I do?" he asks. "Help me plant the seeds, and while they are growing, search for the hungry and tell them to come here to eat," she instructs. Majib does not hesitate helping the mermaid, even though it delays his search for God. Like the growing green plant life, Majib grows an emerald heart of compassion for the less fortunate creatures. The color green is now added to his red, orange, and yellow aura. The creatures who have plenty to eat make fun of Majib's effort to help those in need. They taunt him by saying, "You are so stupid for wasting your time helping those lazy creatures. They don't deserve to eat so well." Majib speaks out, "Just like the daughter of God fed me, I will help feed the hungry. There is nothing you can say or do that will stop me. I feel good about myself when I am helping others, and you would too if you would help us." The mermaid saw the determination of Majib and said to him, "Voicing how you feel, even though your opinion may be unpopular, and following through with your purpose, shows you have become true blue. The royal blue shining from your aura means you have integrity." Except for the mean little piranha fish, all the creatures were moved by Majib's compassion and pitched in to help. When all the hungry were fed, Majib continued on his journey. 7. Libra, the scales of justice. Shortly he comes upon the enormous golden scales. She smiles at him and says, "Hello, Majib." He asks, "Are you God?" She answers, "I am Libra, the scales of justice. I weigh your good deeds against your bad. Would you like to see how you fare?" she asks. "What will happen to me if I do not measure up?" he asks. "You will have to go back and make amends to the people you have hurt," she informs. "I have done nothing to be ashamed of. I will take your test," Majib says with confidence. Libra directs, "Very well. Put yourself in one of my cups." Majib does as she instructs, and is quite surprised. The cup he is in goes up rather than down. He asks, "How is it possible that I have allowing the meanness of others to influence you from completing your good deeds? Their inhumanity cannot weigh you down." "You mean by serving others I am really helping myself?" Majib inquires. Libra answers, "When you follow the golden rule, do unto others as you would have others do unto you, you move closer to finding God." Majib asks, "Libra, do you know how far God is from here?" Libra answers, "God is much closer than you think. Your scales have become gold to reflect your allegiance to God's laws." "Does that mean I am becoming like God?" he asks. "It sure does," she replies. Majib smiles and says, "I am so happy I can cry." The tears flowing from his eye transform the wait stand into a female human. Blindfolded, she holds the shrinking cups from her hands. She warns him, because many find the golden rule so difficult to follow, they will try to destroy all that you have accomplished by forcing you to break it. "I will never break it," declares Majib. You must be very careful not to judge them for their evil ways. Leave judgment to God and be generous with your love and compassion. That is the only way they can learn to follow the golden rule. I shall heed your advice, Majib swears. Lady Justice bids farewell. Then continue your journey, O fish of God. 8. Scorpio, the octopus. At the mouth of the river, a giant octopus guards the passageway to the ocean. Majib is afraid to confront the beast, but asks her anyway. Are you God? Laughs at him and tells him, I am Scorpio the octopus, the dark side of God. Majib says, I think I would rather find the light of God. He asks, will you please let me pass by? Scorpio answers, no, you may not. Majib pleads, but why not? You must feel your anger, pain, and hatred I have stored inside my abdominal sac, she informs Majib. But if they are inside of you, these ugly feelings cannot be mine, Majib insists. The only way you can completely know God is if you reconnect with the feelings you have totally detached yourself from, Scorpio explains. But I'm afraid, Majib bravely states. Scorpio strokes Majib with one of her tentacles. With compassion, she tells the little fish, that's okay, but you have to go inside me and wade through all the ugliness so that you can be free of it. I just can't, he maintains. You must, Scorpio says firmly and squeezes the fish tightly in her tentacles. Majib cries out, no, don't leave me alone. This is for your own good, Scorpio says and stuffs the slippery fish into her gaping mouth. Inside the octopus's abdominal sac, Majib is immersed in a red liquid. He yells out, I am getting very angry, Scorpio. You better let me out of here right now. That red ooze is your anger. That's how you're supposed to be feeling. Sit with the anger, Majib, until you can tell me why you are mad. I don't know why. Isn't it enough just to feel this emotion? No, it's not, Scorpio firmly states. She contracts the walls of her stomach. Majib screams, ow, you're hurting me. I am trying to help you by putting the pressure on you, Scorpio explains. I don't like it. Let me out of here, he says with rising anger. Not until you tell me who you are really angry at. She offers him the way out. Majib hesitates before saying, I'm angry at my mommy. Why, Majib? She lovingly asks. Because she tried to keep me with her in that tiny pond. She made me so afraid to go out into the world. The red liquid spurts out of the Scorpio's mouth. Good job, Majib. You are releasing the anger you have held on to, praises Scorpio. Majib sinks into a layer of green ooze. What's this ugly green stuff I'm sinking in now? Majib asks. That's the pain she caused you, that you haven't yet expressed, Scorpio says. It makes me want to cry, Majib blurts out. Go ahead then. Okay, I will. Because it doesn't feel good to be stuck in this feeling, expresses Majib. Majib cries like a baby. It hurts so much that my mommy prevented me from learning who I really am. Tell me who you are, Majib, she inquires. I am a part of God, and all the creatures that I have met are parts of God I needed to learn about. Well done, Majib. She praises the little fish for his courage and understanding. The sickly green gunk is purged from Scorpio's abdomen. Oh God, I feel so much better, Scorpio claims. Ooh, me too, Majib interjects. Majib sinks down into a thick layer of black ooze. Oh no, there's something still very wrong, Majib exclaims. What is it? Scorpio asks. There is this black stuff covering me up, informs Majib. Scorpio explains. That is your hatred. You must help me expel it. But I don't hate anybody, Majib resists. How can you say that? You're wallowing in it. Scorpio persists. She collapses her stomach to apply greater pressure on the fish. Stop! You're hurting me again, Majib cries out. Our work together is almost done, but you have to tell me the truth before I can let you go, she explains. I can't say it, Majib states. Why not? Scorpio inquires. Because it is such a horrible thing to say, Majib explains. I will help you. Scorpio collapses, her abdominal walls around Majib even tighter. Stop! You're killing me, Scorpio! He yells loudly. Heal or die! Scorpio replies intensely. Okay, I hate her. Majib retorts. Scorpio prods. Who do you hate? It's something no child should ever say about their mother, Majib says, squirming in the inky darkness. I know it's hard to admit the truth sometimes, but if you don't, it will keep hurting you. Majib resigns. I guess I'll just have to live with it then. Scorpio cries out in pain. Oh God, I don't know what more I can do to help this child of God heal the hate he refuses to express. I would lay down my life to help this child to heal. From out of nowhere, an arrow is shot into Scorpio's abdomen, and it strikes Majib on his side. Finally, Majib answers, I hate my mother. Scorpio vomits the black ink from her stomach like an oil geyser. The truth shall set you free, she happily reports to Majib. Majib is purged from her stomach on top of the inky geyser of hate. He joyfully yells out, I'm free! The arrow has left a wound in the shape of a red star upon Majib. The indigo jet is added to Majib's aura. Now you may continue your journey into the ocean of love. Scorpio gasps. Majib cries, Oh no! Scorpio, don't die! Scorpio touches the dark part of Majib's aura. I live on as a part of you that will always help you to see the truth, no matter how painful it may be. Scorpio stops moving. Majib cries, Thank you for helping me heal my anger, hatred, and pain. I love you, Scorpio. An ethereal version of Scorpio rises out of the corpse. She smiles at Majib. I love you too. As she floats up to the surface, she warns Majib, Forgive the hunter. 9. Sagittarius, the centaur. The hunter answers, I am Sagittarius, the centaur. I am sorry that I hurt you, but I thought the octopus was going to kill me. You saved my life, Sagittarius. How can I repay you? Asks Majib. The hunter of God replies, The only reward I am interested in is the completion of your journey. You know what I am seeking? Majib asks. By asking me if I am God, I know that is what you seek, Majib. Can you point me in the right direction? Asks Majib. Sagittarius answers, I can do more than that. I will shoot my magic arrow to show you the way. Majib asks, how will I recognize God? Sagittarius replies, God is in your image. Besides, God will know you. He can't miss the big red spot I have given you. Majib wonders, will God reject me because I am not perfect? Sagittarius answers, God never rejects or abandons anyone. Like Scorpio the octopus, it is only his creatures that abandon him. Majib interrupts. Because Scorpio did not want to feel her pain, she is rejecting the healing power of God. Sagittarius agrees, he adds. And your wounding does not make you imperfect. On the contrary, it brings you closer to God. How do you mean? Majib inquires. The big red spot is the mark of God. It signifies the suffering you have undergone to help God heal the pain and evil in the world. Wear it proudly, for it is a badge of courage. I will, Sagittarius, and thank you for your help. And I thank you for trying to help Scorpio. Although you did not see positive results, your caring is not really wasted, Sagittarius explains. How is that possible? Majib asks. Sagittarius explains, the expression of your love is like planting a seed within the corrupted soul of the creature. Perhaps in her next lifetime that seed will be nurtured enough to sprout into the belief there really is a tiny voice within, and that voice of God can be reached by releasing anger to feel the pain. Majib asks, you mean the tiny voice I listen to is really God? That is right, Majib. He realizes, then God really is everywhere. He is even inside of me. He asks, then I have completed my quest? Sagittarius answers, through your wounding you have been made whole. Finding God within brings the great realization. Can you tell me what it is, Majib? Yes, I know. It is to help others find God within themselves like I have done. Yes, Majib, you are right. The rest of your journey will teach you more about God and how to help others. Are you ready? I am. 10. Capricorn the goat. Majib follows the arrow to its destination. A creature with a human-like body and the head of a goat welcomes Majib. Hello there, he says. Majib asks, are you God? He answers, I am Capricorn the goat. I have a very important lesson to teach you. What lesson is that? Asks Majib. The goat man hesitates and whispers, patience. How do you learn patience? Majib asks. By accepting the limitations and slower speed others have for finding God is one way for being patient. The other way is to wait patiently to receive messages from God in order to follow His will, explains Capricorn. That sounds very hard, Majib says with discomfort. The goat man replies, it is one of the most difficult lessons you will ever learn. I, for example, have been waiting a very long time for you to show up. To keep myself from becoming frustrated, I channel my energy creatively. May I see what you have done, Capricorn? The goat-headed man shows Majib a gold medallion. Inside the circle is a cross, and a figure 8 connects the 4 quadrants. Majib asks, "What is it, Capricorn?" He answers, "It is a symbol of God." "Wow," says Majib, awestruck by the powerful symbol. "I made it for you. Let me put it on you." "I will wear it proudly," says Majib. "What can I do while I wait for God's message?" "You can tell your story in words and pictures. How you found the God within," Capricorn answers. "That is a very good idea. I will get started right away," Majib declares enthusiastically. Majib worked very hard on his story. He explains to the goat, "The creative process is a wonderful thing. It makes me feel very powerful." Upon hearing Majib's emotion, Capricorn's face starts to become more human. He says, "God is the creator. By tapping into your creativity, you are tapping into the universal God of all things." "Why is your face changing?" Majib asks. "The power of creativity not only brings you closer to the God source, it helps to heal and transform others. The color purple is added to your aura, demonstrating you are in possession of the power of creativity," explains Capricorn. "Wow, creativity is really powerful," Majib says in amazement. "I wonder what will happen if I keep at it," he wonders. 11. Aquarius, the water bearer. The closer Majib got to completing his story, the more human the creature became. Finally, Capricorn transformed into a beautiful woman. She says, "Thank you, Majib. Your humanitarian efforts have transformed me." Majib asked the radiant woman, "Are you God?" She answers, "I am Aquarius, the water bearer. I will help you bear God's message to the world." Majib, in a state of disbelief, inquires, "You mean my story is really God's message?" Aquarius answers, "That is so, and it is time to spread the word." Frightened by the enormous responsibility for bearing God's message, Majib turns white. Accepting responsibility, Majib's aura shines with the white light of God. Aquarius puts Majib and his story in a vase with water. She grows from the bottom of the ocean way up to the sky, and then she pours the vessel of water with its contents into the little pond Majib began his story from. 12. Pisces the fish. Majib tried to spread the word of God, but no one listened. He was getting very depressed and was just about to give up when a little fish swam to him and asked, "What is beyond our home?" Majib smiled wide and shed a tear. "I am so glad you asked. Pisces, I will tell you my story." The end.